How many questions have you covered so far?
About 30 questions.
30 questions. Our today's plan is we'll start with questions first. That means the topic will come later. Today we'll start with questions because these questions are very, very important. And the BCS Viva candidates will have to be able to answer this question smartly or confidently. So now let us start. By the time others have joined, we will start conversation. My first question: when did the liberation war of Bangladesh take place?
The Liberation War of Bangladesh have started on 26th of March 1971 and ended 16th December 1971. It was a 9-month lasting bloody war.
How long did okay? When did the liberation war of Bangladesh start? Oh, it's answered. Why did Bangladesh get involved in war?
Allah.
Why?
Well,
yeah.
When did the liberation war of Bangladesh start?
No. Why did Bangladesh get involved in war? What is the reason behind it? Why did Bangladesh? Did it involve or was it forced?
Okay, the struggle for Bengali rights started with the refusal to accept Bengali as the state language of Pakistan after the early year of partition, economic disparity, then martial law, and demeaning of the Bengali culture. But it became severe when in December 1970 when the Awami League led by the Sheikh Mujibur Rahman won the national election and the West Pakistan parties, namely Pakistan People's Party or PPP,
led by not Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Okay.
Yes, sir. But the West Pakistan parties, namely Pakistan People's Party or PPP, refused to hand over the power. Lastly, when the Pakistan Army started genocide over the West Pakistani people, then Bangladesh got involved in the war.
Okay. That means, can you say Bangladesh was bound? Bangladesh wanted the war or Bangladesh was forced to join the war?
Actually, Bangladesh just wanted the freedom or peacefully. They wanted freedom peacefully, but though it never happened, then we have to join, but we have to
go for war. We had to
go for war.
Go for war. Okay. Was it a guerrilla war?
Yes, sir. In Sector 2, actually, guerrilla operation happened in Sector 2. In Sector 2's commander, I forgot the commander's name.
Sabir Ahmed, could you help Nasrin Sultana, who was the commander in Sector 2?
Khaled Musharraf and APM
Haidar. Yeah, Khaled Musharraf was the first commander in Sector 2, and the guerrilla freedom fighters trained in Melaghar by the Pakistani by the Indian Army. Some of guerrilla freedom fighters name is Shafi Imam Rumi, Bodiul Islam, Azad.
Okay. When was the Declaration of Independence proclaimed?
Declaration of Independence proclaimed on 10th April 1971.
Okay. When was Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman arrested?
In the midnight of 25th March or 26th March 1971, after the declaring of East Pakistan's independence.
Who was the commander-in-chief during the liberation war of Bangladesh?
M.A.G. Usmani was the
Commander-in-chief. Commander-in-chief. If the question is about commander-in-chief of the army staff, then M.A.G. Usmani.
Okay. It was commander-in-chief was the Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman.
Okay. Have you any idea about Mujibnagar government?
Yeah, Mujibnagar government is the first government of Bangladesh.
First transient government. First transient government. Can you say something about this government?
In this government, so let me think.
Yeah. Do you have an idea about the cabinet of Mujibnagar government?
The president of the Mujibnagar government was Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and the acting president was Tajuddin Ahmed. Sorry, Soed Nazrul Islam, and the prime minister was the Tajuddin Ahmed, and it was the 6-member government.
6-member government. Okay. Where did the freedom fighters receive training from?
Freedom fighters received training from India. There are several camps, like maybe 25 camps for their training.
What was the rule of India?
Indian Army's operational jackpot training camp. Its name.
Okay. What was the rule of India during liberation war of Bangladesh?
Well, our neighboring country, India, which was led by Indira Gandhi, and they have a huge role in our during our liberation war. They give our diplomatic support, economic support. They shelter our 10 million refugees, and during liberation era, Indira Gandhi went several foreign tours to make more supporters to Bangladeshi people.
Okay. Then how many sectors were there during the liberation war, and who are the commanders of the sectors?
So, there are 11 sectors, but I couldn't memorize the sector commander.
What's the name of the sector commanders? Okay. Today's topic is introduce yourself. Now, introduce yourself.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to say something about myself. I'm Nasrin Sultana. I was born in a reputed Muslim family. My father's name is Nizamuddin, who is a teacher, and my mother's name is Furida Akhtar, who is a homemaker. My hometown is Netrokona. In personal life, I'm married to Abdulaziz Bhuyan, who is a lawyer and mother of a child. I passed my SSC and HSC from Madrasa Education Board in 2009 and 2011 respectively, and then I got admitted to University of Dhaka in 2012, and then I have passed my BSS in Health Economics. Sorry, sir. I feel so. I feel not good to deliver my speech. Actually.
Okay, you don't feel good. Are you sick for some reason or other?
Sir, I feel it's maybe low pressure. I feel sick for last some days.
Okay, it's okay. Now, okay. Now listen what other says. Now, Sabir Ahmed. We are going to start with Sabir Ahmed. Sabir Ahmed, are you ready to speak?
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Are you well today?
Sir, probably I'm going to have a fever. I also have pain in my throat, so don't know what is going to happen.
Okay. Fever for how many days?
From yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay. It may be seasonal fever, or it may also be Omicron or something
Probably.
like that. Okay, because the number is increasing rapidly.
Don't know.
So don't get worried. If it
Yes,
is
sir.
Omicron or Corona, no problem will be there at all, because now it has been very normal and normal fever. So there is
Yes,
nothing
sir.
to get scared. Anyway, now start.
Yes, sir.
Was there any naval sector during the Liberation War?
Yes, sir. Sector 10 was recognized as the naval sector
Who was the
during the
commander?
Liberation War.
Who was the commander of the naval sector?
Actually, there was no specific commander in this sector. Commandos, naval commandos used to operate from this sector.
Sectors. Okay, good. Then what role did Russia play during the Great Liberation War of Bangladesh?
Russia, we have always, all through the Liberation War, throughout the Liberation War, we have got Russia by our side. They have used their veto power in the UN for ourselves. They also played. They actually provided the diplomatic support during our Liberation War. They also played a great role to rebuild the war-torn Bangladesh. They have built many electricity producing centers. They have also removed the mines put by Pakistani army. They have also helped us to rebuild the naval ports got destroyed during the Liberation War. So these are the roles they have played.
Okay, what role did the USA play during the Great Liberation War of Bangladesh?
USA played actually a contradictory role during the Liberation War. Although they knew Pakistanis were committing a genocide during 1971, nevertheless they used to help the Pakistanis. They provide weapons, foods, and essential things to the Pakistanis during the Liberation War alongside China. They have also played. They have also they have also tried to. They have also played a negative role against Bangladesh during in UN during the Liberation War.
How many people attained martyrdom during the Liberation War of Bangladesh?
About 30 lakh people got killed by the Pakistani army, and about 2 lakh female badly exploited during the Liberation War by the Pakistani army.
Okay. Was there any civil force during the Liberation War?
Yes, sir. A lot of various civil forces like Qadariya Bahini, Mujib Bahini, Hamayat Bahini, Afsar Bahini was played important role in liberating our country.
Okay. Well, what had the Rajakars, Al-Badors, and Al-Shams done during the liberation war of Bangladesh?
They played a very negative role in spite of being the citizens of Bangladesh. They caused a lot of casualties to us. Like they have taken Pakistani armies. They have they have sorry sir.
Okay. Do you have any idea about Mujib battery?
Yes, sir. Mujib Battery was the first artillery unit of Bangladesh, and also our freedom fighters, first artillery unit, who used to operate heavy artilleries against the Pakistanis.
Okay. Well, do you have any idea about okay, who was the chief of Hamayat Bahini?
Hamayatuddin was the chief of Hamayat Bahini. They have operated operations in Faridpur during the liberation war.
Okay. Well, okay. Can you mention any important freedom fighters and who fought during under Hamayat Bahini during liberation war? During Hamayatuddin, except Hamayatuddin?
Sorry, sir. I haven't read
any women freedom fighter?
Captain Sitara Begum and Captain Sitara Begum, who fought in Sector 2, and Captain and Taramon Bibi fought in Sector 11. I would like to mention their names.
Okay. Have you heard the name of Sharnalata Folia?
Yes, sir. I have heard Sharnalata Folia. He used to. She organized female freedom fighters during the liberation war. She also played a vital role in rehabilitating the female who we know as Birangonas after the liberation war.
Liberation war. Okay, good. Some people say Bangabandhu could have announced the declaration of independence on 7 March. What is your opinion about this?
Actually, Bangabandhu knew Pakistanis were ready to operate a genocide if he would have declared the independence on 7 March, because a huge crowd was in front of him to hear his words. Like it was 10 to 12 lakh people gathered in the Racecourse Maidan on 7 March. So he thought if he declared the liberation independence on 7 March, they would have killed those people. So he accept not declaring the liberation war. He told everything to conduct a war, to conduct a liberation war, to liberate our country. So I think it was a strategy of Bangabandhu not declaring the liberation war on 7 March.
Okay. Well, why did Pakistani occupational forces kill the intellectuals of the then East Pakistan?
Sorry, sir. Can you repeat?
Why did Pakistani occupational forces kill the intellectuals of the then East Pakistan?
From the very start, they hate our culture. They hate everything that enriches ourselves as a nation. They hate our songs. They hate everything. They hate our language. So they thought if they kill the intellectual, they would destroy ourselves from our roots. So that's why they played such roles, in during the Liberation War.
What is the spirit of Liberation War?
Spirit of Liberation War, I would say, to a country free from exploitation, free from poverty, free from hunger. We, as a spirit of liberation, or we would build the country all together ourselves, making contribution from each and everybody. So there will be no exploitation that we experience during the by the Pakistani rulers. So yes, this is it, the spirit of liberation.
Okay. Well, how did international media cover the genocide in the East Pakistan?
I would like to mention the name of Simon Dream, who got stuck during the Liberation War and played a vital role in advertising our Liberation War in the world, around the world, actually. And also the magazine named Newsweek declared our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, as poet of politics. So they played a vital role in favor of us during the Liberation War.
Can you mention the name of any women freedom fighters? Do you know anything about them? You already answered. Okay. What do you mean by Virangana?
Yes, sir. Birangana are the women badly exploited by the Pakistani army during the Liberation War.
Have you heard the name of Shatara Begum?
Yes, sir. I have already mentioned that he was a freedom fighter of Sector 2.
Sector 2. Okay. Now, okay. Now tell me something about you. That means introduce yourself.
Thank you, sir, for giving me the opportunity to represent myself before you. I am Mohammad Shabir Ahmed Shibbir, elder son of Mohammad Abu Jafar and Shuli Jafar. My father is a retired government officer, and my mother is a housewife. I have also a younger brother who is studying at Rajakuttara Model College in class 12. To tell about my educational life, I would say it was a colorful one. I always feel proud to represent myself as a student of Borishal Jila School, as many famous personalities like Shere Bangla Eke Fazlul Haq, Abdur Rahman Bishas, the 11th president of Bangladesh, Altaf Mahmoud, Abdul Jabbar Khan, language fighter Kazi Bahauddin Ahmed have also passed out from this institution. My school, my institution had given me immense freedom during my school days and played a vital role in building my inner myself. Then after passing SSC on 2009, I got admitted into Rajakuttara Model College. As it is an institution conducted by Bangladesh Army, we had to follow some strict rules and regulation here. Then on 2011, after passing HSC, I got admitted into Bangladesh University of Textiles, where I found one of my idols, Professor Dr. Muhammad Julhasuddin Ahmed. I have passed a decent university life mixed with freedom and restrictions. This was all from my educational life. In my personal life, I'm single. I am a very honest and challenge-loving person. I like taking challenge. I also like reading stories, storybooks, watching sports, and that's all from myself.
Nice, very nice. Performance is much more better than earlier days. Good, outstanding performance in a word. Now we are going to MD Ferdousan. Firdaus Ali, how are you today?
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum assalam. Are you well today?
Yes, sir. I'm well today.
Okay. What is Operation Searchlight?
Well, sir. Operation Searchlight is that on 26 March in 1971, the Pakistan military army was conducted operation, so-called Operation Searchlight, and killing millions of people brutally.
Okay. Why did Pakistani occupational forces kill our intellectuals?
Thank you, sir. During our liberation war, Pakistan military force killed more than 1,000 intellectuals of our country. They want to make our nations meritless, and they wanted that the peoples of Bengali uh, could not able to stand before them to raise their head. They also wanted that they make the Bengalis to deprive of leadership.
Okay. What is the spirit of liberation war?
Well, sir, the spirit of liberation war of Bangladesh is make the Bangladesh free from all type of exploitations, make Bangladesh poverty free, raise their rights. Besides this, the liberation war also make the Bangladesh self-independence. That's all of our spirit of liberation war.
Okay. How did international media cover the genocide in Northern East Pakistan? Carry on. Okay, next question to Firdaus Ali. Could you understand my earlier question? What was it?
No, sir.
Okay. In the surrender program on 16 December, a lady was present. Who was she?
Sorry, sir. I'm not able to answer this question.
Okay, Sabir, could you help him giving answer to this question?
Sorry, sir, I got disconnected.
Okay, my question
The
was
last
in the surrender program on 16 December, a lady was present. Who was she?
sorry, sir.
In the surrender program on 16 December, a lady was present. Who was she?
Probably the wife of General Nagra.
Yeah, like Nasrin Sultana.
Sir, I didn't find the answer.
Shakila Parveen.
I also don't know.
Oh, so you have to find it. Find out the answer. Is the answer here?
Yes,
17. No. You have to find out the
No,
answer.
sir.
Okay? You have to find out the answer. This okay. Next, Firdaus Ali. Next one. Can you tell us anything about Shadin Bangla Betar Kendra?
Yes, sir. Uh, Shadin Bangla Betar Kendra was established in 1971, 30 March. So it's 27 March. It declared our Declaration of Independence, wartime, our home song, and so on. It played vital roles during express our. Sorry, it also published the Charam Patro by Imak Karmukol and so on.
Okay. Have you heard the name of Jahanara Imam?
Yes, sir. Jahanara Imam was the mother of Shafi Imam. He played a significant role during our liberation war. He took shelter the freedom fighters and inspired them very much.
What is the significance of the Intellectual Day?
Thank you, sir. There are huge importance, significance of Intellectual Day. We remember the intellectuals, and we sorry, sir, I cannot explain
Okay.
appropriately.
Do you know anything about the Operation Chengiz Khan?
No, sir.
No. Okay. What is the role of Shadin Bangla Betha Kendra in the liberation war of Bangladesh?
Sir, I have already explained.
You already explained. Okay. Do you know anything about Kilo Flight?
Sorry, sir.
Kilo Flight?
No, sir, I have no idea about Philippines.
Okay. Do you know anything about Operation Jackpot?
Yes, sir. Operation Jackpot, it was conducted by Naval Force during a liberation war, especially 8 pioneers of our countries, Abdul Rauf, Bodiul Alam, Mosharraf Hussain, have trained the naval, have received the naval training from Indian Navy, and they are divided in 4 groups and played operation in 1971 at the region of Chittagong, Mongla, and Narayanganj. That was known as Operation Jackpot.
How many times did Russia exercise veto power in favor of Bangladesh?
Russia has had exercised their veto power for 3 times.
3 times. What did Indira Gandhi do to get international support in favor of Bangladesh?
Well, sir, our neighboring countries' Prime Minister Indira Gandhi had played a significant role to draw the global attention for our liberation war. She visit the different countries of the world and try to get their support for Bangladesh.
Did the people of India pay additional taxes to help the Bengali refugees during liberation war?
No, sir, they didn't have to pay their additional taxes to maintain the refugees. The Indian government had given shelter. The government had managed
How
all
did
of
government
them.
manage? Where do government get money? Who provided money
Sorry,
to the
sir.
government?
Sorry, sir, I have no idea.
Definitely, Indian people pay tax, and the government spent those amount for the refugees who
For the
took.
refugees, yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay, now introduce yourself. Say something about you.
Thank you, sir, to give me opportunity to say something about myself. I am Ferdos Ali. I am a son of Abdul Jabbar and mother Mrs. Monora Bibi. I come from Rajshahi. Basically, now I am living at Bogura. I have completed my graduation from Institute of Health Technology, that is situated in Mohakali, Dhaka. Before that, I have completed my diploma course from Institute of Health Technology, Rajshahi. In my personal life, I am single. I am confident, responsible, and strong enough to do hard work. Beside this, I like to play football, cricket, and I also like to enjoy watching football and cricket. That's all about myself.
Now, thank you. You got stuck several times. You have to improve speaking, yeah, and you missed some questions. You have to find out the answer of these questions. Now, Shakila Parvin, are you ready?
Um, yes, sir, I'm ready.
Okay, how are you today?
Sir, I'm fine today.
Okay, do you use any cellular phone?
G. Yes,
Not
sir.
yes. Okay.
Use
Why
the
do you
cellular
use? Why do you use a cellular phone?
Mm. So, okay.
Why do you use a cellular phone?
Sir, to contact others
Is
over
it,
the
is it
phone.
necessary for you?
Yes, it is necessary for you because without it, I cannot contact the people who stay in distance from me.
In distance from you. Okay. Well, how old are you during the liberation war of Bangladesh?
Sorry, sir.
How old were you during the liberation war of Bangladesh?
Sir, please, আবার একটু বলেন।
How old were you during the liberation war of Bangladesh?
Sir, I cannot understand the question.
Okay, next question. Were you born before liberation war or after liberation war?
After liberation war.
After liberation war. Okay, okay. Have you heard anything about the liberation war of Bangladesh?
Yes, I heard many things about the
The
liberation war.
liberation war of Bangladesh. You heard many things. What have you heard about the liberation war of Bangladesh?
The liberation war of Bangladesh was held in 1971, and it is held particularly because after the country division at 1974, the Pakistani ruler party in financially, economically, administrative, militancy, and others way. And then finally, when an election was held in 1970, then Bangladesh Awami League party are elected
Was elected.
as a
Bangladesh Awami League. The Bangladesh Awami League was elected by the people or got landslide victory during the election of 1970. Then
but Pakistani ruler party could not hand over the power on the elected.
did not hand over the power.
Did not hand over the power to the for this region. For this region, Bengali people and leader become aware. And finally when Pakistani army attacked on Dhaka on 25 March in 1971 at the farm gate Dhaka University and the Rajarbat police line, and they killed thousands of people at a strange. Then on 26 March, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman proclaimed the declaration of independence of Bangladesh. Then Bangladeshi people get involved them in a liberation war to get freedom from the Pakistan.
Okay, was there any civil force during the liberation war?
Yes, sir. There are several civil forces such as Kadira Bahini, Hamad Bahini, Mujib Battery, Afsar Bahini, and so on.
Okay, do you know anything about Kadire Bahini? Do you know anything about Kadire Bahini?
Yes, this Bahini was formed by Bangabir Kader Siddiq of Tangal. And this Bahini contributed by many way in our liberation war. They conducted many operations in several regions to get freedom and protect Pakistani army.
Okay. Who was the chief of Hamad Bahini?
Hamaduddin.
Hamaduddin. Hamaduddin. Okay. Well, do you have any relatives or any close one who fought during Liberation War, who is a freedom fighter?
No, sir.
You have no such. Okay. Have you ever met any freedom fighter?
Sorry, sir.
Have you ever met any freedom fighter in your life?
No, sir.
Did you ever talk to any freedom fighter in your life?
No, sir.
If you met any freedom fighter, what would you ask him?
I do not have idea.
You don't have any idea. Do you want to meet any freedom fighter?
I will ask him the
You should say, if I met any freedom fighter ever in my life, I would ask him say about the war. I wanted to know the story of our liberation war from a fighter, and how they fought, how they faced Pakistani occupational forces, how gallantly they showed, and how they made our country independent. And it would surely be a great opportunity for me to talk to a freedom fighter and to know the story of a freedom fighter and story how Bangladesh became independent. I eagerly waited, but I didn't get any chance to. Or you can imagine a name, say you met and you asked these questions, he shared, and you were very, very delighted and glad, elated, and you shared everything.
Yes, sir. I will ask him to tell some story that he experienced in during freedom fight. And
Okay, where are you from?
I am from Norshindi.
Norshindi. Was it under which sector?
It is under number 2 sector.
Who was the commander of your sector?
Khalid Musharraf and ATM Haidar were the commander sector of number 2.
ATM Haidar. Do you know anything about ATM Haidar?
I do not know.
You do not know about. Do you know anything about another commander? Who was he? ATM Haidar and
ATM Haidar and Khalid Musharraf.
Khalid Musharraf. Okay. Do you know anything about Khalid Musharraf?
No, sir. I do not know details about
Do you
him.
know anything? Any information?
Sorry, sir.
Do you know anything about Khalid Musharraf, who was the commander of your region, and they fought to make your region free, to make the country free? Don't you know anything about?
I do not know details about them.
Have you read any books on liberation war of Bangladesh?
Yes, I read আমি বিজয় দেখেছি, written by M.R. Akhtar Mukul, Hangor Nodi Grenade by Selina Rahman, Deal by Humayun Kabir.
Humayun Ahmed.
Sorry, Humayun Ahmed. Yes, sir, Humayun Ahmed.
Deal. Have you read the book named Deal?
Deal. Yes, sir.
Have you? Okay. Can you say something about the book? Any story that charmed you a lot, or that you got pleasure, or that that made you think?
Yes, sir. When Humayun Ahmed was sick and was stayed in New York, then our Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina um, Sheikh Hasina uh, went here and visit him, and Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina give him $10,000. Then Humayun Ahmed um, was grateful to her and promised to write about something, write something about the killer of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman in 1975. And then Humayun Ahmed started to write this book.
Okay. Dayal, have you okay, next question. How many people attained martyrdom during the liberation war of Bangladesh?
About 30 lakh people were martyred in the liberation war
About
of
30 lakh
Bangladesh.
people attained martyrdom during the liberation war of Bangladesh. Okay. Do you think the war was very easy for Bangladesh?
No, sir. This war was not so easy. It was very difficult and very heinous activities from the side of Pakistan. It was the greatest heinous activities in the world.
Okay. Well, okay. What role did the USA play during the Great Liberation War of Bangladesh?
Because of some political reason, USA and Russia always they are contradicted from each other. Then when Russia support us, on the other hand, USA supported Pakistan, and they did not help us. They did not support us in the liberation war. Also, even they conducted 7th fleet on the Bangopsagar to attack
Bay of Bengal, the Bay of Bengal.
Bay of Bengal to attack us. And finally, when they realized that Bangladesh in the path of get independence, they proposed to stop the liberation war of Bangladesh. But due to veto power of Russia, they did not success to stop this liberation war. Finally, we get independence.
Independent. Okay. Well, okay. And when did the liberation war of Bangladesh start?
When did it start?
Start is when did the liberation war of Bangladesh start?
125 March, Bangladesh liberation war was started.
Liberation was okay. How old were you then?
Sorry.
How old were you then? আপনার বয়স কত ছিল তখন? How old were you then?
Sir,
I wasn't born that time. It happened before my birth. It happened long before my birth.
Yes.
Okay, now introduce yourself. Say something about you.
Sir, I am Shakila Parvin. I completed my graduation from Institute of Health Technology that is located Mohakhali, Dhaka. My subject is BSc in dentistry. I come from North Sindhi, but I I'm staying at Borishal now. I am working as medical technologist dental in Sher-e-Bangla Medical College Hospital. I am daughter of MD Shakhawat Hussain, and I am the eldest daughter of my family. And I am trying to be a BCS cadre. So I applied 41 BCS, and now I am get preparation to sit for a Viva examination for 41st BCS.
Okay, thank you. Your performance is better than earlier days. Yes, your performance is better now.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, excuse me, sir. I would like to say some about Khaled Mosharraf.
Okay. Yes.
He was the sector commander of Sector
Keep
2
your video
during the
on.
liberation.
Keep your video on.
Yes, sir, definitely. Sir, I would say Khaled Mosharraf was the sector commander of Sector 2. Then after the specialized K force being formed, he led this force. And after the liberation war, he got promoted to the brigadier post. Then later, he became the army chief on 1975. He unfortunately he got killed by some undisciplined soldiers on 7th November 1975. It's a great loss that we lost a skilled officer like him at a very early age. So
good.
this was what I wanted to mention about.
Good. Nice. Okay. Now, Sabbir Ahmed, you will answer some questions from Shakila Parveen, Nasrin Sultana, and Firdaus Ali. Okay, they all will ask you questions about liberation. You are now keynote speaker. You will answer their questions. Okay, start. Nasrin Sultana, Shakila Parveen, and Firdaus. Start asking question to Sabbir Ahmed. Keep your video on and then start asking questions. He is ready to answer your questions.
Okay, there was a relation between ATM Haidar and Captain Sitara Begum. Do you know what is the relation between them?
Yes, Captain Sitara Begum was probably the younger sister of ATM Haidar.
Yeah. Do you know the reason that's why M.A.J. Usmani didn't present in the surrender program on 16th December in 1971?
Yes, Pakistan was a party of Geneva Convention, and we didn't have an army on 1971 or on 16 December 1971. According to Geneva Convention, it provides the security to the defeated soldiers, defeated parties. So they didn't wanted to surrender to us, as we weren't a party of Geneva Convention. So to ensure the security of their soldiers, they wanted to surrender to India, who was a signee of Geneva Convention, to ensure the security actually.
Any other reason?
Probably this is the main reason. I don't know about the other reason, or I can't recall at this moment.
Okay. Can you please tell me some names who were attached to Shadhin Bangla Betar Kendra?
Yes, I would like to mention the name of M.R. Akhtar Mukul, who used to host a program named Jolla de Dorbar. and also who used to read Charam Patra to inspire the freedom fighters of our country.
Good, good. Carry on, carry on. Firdous Ali also asked. Shakla, yes, good, nice, informative question. Good.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum, Sabir.
Alaikum assalam. How are you, brother?
I am fine. Do you have any idea about Concert for Bangladesh?
Concert, yes, Concert for Bangladesh was held in London, organized by Pandit Ravi Shankar and George Harrison, to raise a kind of fund to assist the liberation, to assist the freedom fighters or the government in exile of Bangladesh. And a band like Beatles performed there along with Pandit Ravi Shankar and George Harrison.
Can you please tell me the 4 lines of Bangladesh songs by George Harrison?
No, sorry.
Nasrin, can you share it?
I can try. Maybe the one of my friends came from Bangladesh with sadness in his eyes and told me that he wanted help for before his country dies. Like that. I can't remember now.
Okay, nice. Okay, next, carry on.
Okay. Sabir, do you have any idea about Mukti Force?
Mukti Force actually formed by the civilians of Bangladesh, like students, farmers, teachers. They all together formed the Mukti Force and contributed to the independence of freedom fighting of during 1971.
Is there any military and paramilitary force?
Probably police was also part as a paramilitary force. No, sorry. Police is not a paramilitary force. Sorry. No, I can't recall any paramilitary force involved there.
Okay.
Can you remember the Allen Ginsberg poem about?
September on Joshua Road.
Have you ever been on this
I
road?
have read, but I can't recall at this moment.
No,
I haven't.
I didn't say that. I just said, have you ever been there, the Joshua Road?
No, I haven't been there in my life till now.
Okay. It's very
I haven't
beautiful.
got the opportunity yet.
Have you ever been Mujibnagar or Buddhanath Tala?
Sorry, I haven't been there also.
This question about Liberation War Museum.
Liberation War Museum. I haven't gone there.
I haven't been there also.
Before sitting for BCS Viva boss, you must do 2 things. You have to
Yes,
visit
sir.
Liberation War Museum. At the same time, if you have not visited Bangabandhu's house, house number 32, okay, you must visit these 2 places: Liberation War Museum and Bangabandhu's house, house number 32. Okay.
Yes.
If possible, you may visit Tungipara, Bangabandhu graveyard as well.
Rayar Bazar.
Yes, Rayar Bazar Bauddha Bhumi, yeah. these places. Okay, Mirpur Buddhijivi. That means Bangabandhu's house and Liberation War Museum, places related to Liberation War Museum, and there is a Shadinata Museum, Independence Museum at Sohrawardi Uddan. You may also visit this place. They may ask you questions about that place.
I went there a few days ago, the Independence Museum.
Yes, then
Yes.
they may ask you questions and you have to be able to answer. Okay. Well, now, Shakila Parveen, you have not asked any question to Sabir Ahmed. Ask a few questions. And questions are very informative. Good. Firdous Ali and Shakila Parveen. Question to Sabir Ahmed. He is the keynote speaker today.
Okay. Sabbir, when was Bangabandhu arrested?
Bangabandhu got arrested on 26 March, just after he declared the independence of Bangladesh.
When was the Declaration of Independence was proclaimed?
The Declaration of Independence was proclaimed on 10th of April by Mujibnagar government.
And can you tell me who was conducted the oath-taking ceremony
Yes,
of Mujibnagar government?
yes, on 17th of April, the oath ceremony took place. Professor Muhammad Yusuf Ali conducted the oath ceremony of Mujibnagar government.
Okay.
Can you tell me who was chalk out the blueprint of Operation Searchlight?
Yes, Tikka Khan jogged out the blueprint of Operation Searchlight, and the order came from Yahya Khan himself.
Okay. Tell the name of 4 leaders of Mujibnagar government.
Yes, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was the president of Mujibnagar government, and in absence of him, Vice President Nazrul Islam played his part. And then Tajuddin Ahmed was the prime minister. Khondokar Moshtaq was the foreign minister of Mujibnagar government, and also Captain Mansur Ali was assigned to the finance ministry, and AHM Kamruzzaman was assigned the state ministry.
How many advisory member?
Home Ministry, most probably Home Ministry.
Home Ministry, sorry. Home Ministry.
How many advisory member were there?
Probably an 12-member advisory committee was formed, taking members from all the political parties of then East Bengal, and Maulana Bhashani was the head of it.
Maybe
Nine advisory members.
Or 9, yes.
have you any idea about the contribution of Mujibnagar government?
Of course, Mujibnagar government was responsible as the conductor of our liberation war. They have done everything possible to liberate our country, like they train the freedom fighters, they provide weapons they provide weapons to them. They advertise the whole liberation war around the world uh, to receive support, to gather support in favor of us. Yeah, it is not possible to describe their efforts to liberate our country.
Last question from my side, Sabir. What is your today's output from today's class? What is your output from today's class in 1 minute?
A vast topic, liberation war, was the main topic of today's class. I have prepared some of the questions I could to answer your questions, but I am not satisfied enough, as I got stuck and due to my illness, I could not prepare all the questions. So I would have requested you to ask the question on this topic along with the topics of next class in our next class.
Okay, we'll do the same. Nasrin also requested this. We'll do the same. Yeah, and next class will be on Thursday. Sunday's class will remain open, will remain closed. And Thursday, so you will have to have preparation. Okay, good preparation.
Yes,
all the
yes.
questions. You'll find out the answer of all the questions. That means
Okay,
day 3 and 4. Now, Nasrin Sultana, what's your output from today's class? In 1 minute.
Due to my illness, actually today's class is not good enough for me. But in next class, I will do my best.
Okay, Shakila Parveen, what's your output from today's class?
Sir, this class is very effective. By attending this class, I point out my lackings. My listening power is very low. My speaking power fluency is very low, and I will have to read many books for gather information to properly answer.
Good. Ferdous Ali, 1 minute. What's your output from today's class?
Thank you, sir. Today's class definitely with a vast syllabus, but I cannot get preparation properly due to my official business. I have to spend a huge time there. I will try to recover this for within next class, sir.
Yes, good. Okay, nice. And this is, we will learn a lot of things. If you find out the answer of all the 50 questions, you will learn a lot of things, you will improve a lot of things. And at the same time, we will choose a keynote speaker, okay, who will get 10 minutes. And we all will ask him questions. Here, as many as 50 questions are here. And you may add another, say, 10 to 20 questions related to liberation war, or related to the topic that we have fixed for a particular day. And in this way, you can share a lot of things. And when a person fails to understand the answer, you will have to share the answer. So Nasrin Sultana has asked some question to Sabir. Sabir has failed to answer, but Nasrin should have shared the answer, okay? Because while you ask questions, you have the answer in you. So if any participant can't answer, you will help him by sharing the answer, by sharing the accurate information. And through this, we will work as a team, and team's output will be much more better. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So next class on Thursday, and I hope you will have much better preparation on day 3 and day 4, liberation war related questions. And day 4, just I'm showing you what it is. Let's check once what lies in day 4.
Most probably, sir, is deputy commissioner related.
And topic is relationship between subject and first choice. Very important topic. You have to prepare this topic on your own, asking questions about the functions of newly recruited BCS cadres, functions of DC, functions of the cabinet secretary and the principal secretary. Yes, very important questions, and each and every bureaucrat must know. Those who want to be admin cadre must know these things, and not only admin cadre, every BCS candidate should know the functions of newly recruited BCS cadres. Okay, probably as executive magistrate, executive magistrate under DC. Yeah. Then function of the DC cabinet secretary, principal secretary. What's the differences between cabinet secretary and principal secretary? Okay, these are the things. Very important topic. Very important topic indeed. Thank you for. And you do one thing. You will watch this from our YouTube channel again, so that you can gain fluency. You can improve your fluency, and you can know the information. Thank you for today.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.